All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to America Talks Live. I'm Steve Malzberg. Yesterday, we spoke with Jessie Ventura, the former governor of Minnesota. That interview aired in the 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, Steve Malzberg Show. I hope you'll stay tuned for that show every night. But we kept Jessie over to tape another segment with him that we're going to air now, where we actually talked about the topic of his book, which is marijuana and the legalization of marijuana. Yesterday we talked about with him, many other subjects, including immigration, the presidential race, war, right on down the line. But I didn't have time to get to the book. So sit back. I think you're going to enjoy this. And it got pretty heated, but we part as friends. Here he is, the former governor of Minnesota, Jessie Ventura. And rejoining us, because he was with us yesterday, Jessie Ventura, former governor of Minnesota, former U.S. Navy SEAL, and author of the book we're going to talk all about right now, Jessie Ventura's Marijuana Manifesto. And Governor, welcome back, as they say. All right, yesterday we talked about so many issues we didn't have a chance to get in depth and fair with this.
Why I was here.
Right, for the book, Okay, so you're for the legalization of marijuana, obviously by the name of the book, and if you read the book. But the government the DEA just recently, a few weeks ago or so, declared marijuana as having no medical value and said it will stay as listed as a dangerous drug along with heroin. So obviously you disagree with that.
Yeah,
Why?
I completely disagree with it because the DEA is a law enforcement agency. They're not scientific studiers. And this is the only example you'll see where law enforcement gets to set the policy. It's supposed to be the people we elect set the laws. Law enforcement's there to serve and carry them out.
Right.
Yet in the case of marijuana, the DEA sets the policy. They determine that marijuana has no medical value. Who are they?
Right.
They're police officers.
Agreed.
They're people that knock down doors and shoot people, and sometimes the wrong people, and never get charged for it. Read my book on some of the things they've done.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and indict the DEA. I'm sure they do. They do the work they're supposed to. And are mistakes made? Obviously, mistakes are made.
But yeah, collateral damage. It always happens in a war. Innocent people die in wars.
But let me ask you this. Well,
I know that, Steve. You might not.
I did know that. And yesterday I tried to bring up World War II, and you said it was before your time, so we didn't talk about it. But World War X, I don't know.
This is in my time.
I know
so
that,
we
but
can
World
talk
War
about
II,
this.
there was collateral damage. And you know what? If we were afraid of collateral damage and bombing the German cities, I'd be dead, and we'd be speaking German in this country right now. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Stop them.
Okay, I don't want to get off track. I want to stay on the book. And let me ask you this.
Yep.
Why is it so important? Are you talking about medicinal marijuana for people who have cancer and they say the pain helps, it helps with the pain? Or are you talking, and I think it's the latter, you're talking about legalizing the drug for recreational use?
Absolutely.
Why?
There should be no difference because it's an entire medical plant. And those that smoke it for the euphoric feeling, they're doing it for mental health. It works in post-traumatic stress syndrome. They've already studied it. There's a university in Israel, a cannabis university funded by us, that has done there's a doctor there. He said it will help pro football players who get the concussion
but that's all
issue.
Medical.
Right.
Why should kids be able at
Wait
18
a minute,
to smoke it?
But that isn't medical, that's euphoric, it's for the head. Second of all, it works against post-traumatic stress. Again, that's mental health.
Yeah, but
mental
it's health. But that's health. Medicinal, medicine for health.
Well, then why do you allow tobacco and alcohol?
Well,
why can you go home and have a drink before dinner?
I'll tell you why.
Why is there 300,000 drunk drivers every day on the road?
Granted, and you know what? That's a disgrace. It is a disgrace, and I don't have an answer for why.
It's called freedom.
Well, but here's the deal. Why bring in another drug that will increase the number of deaths on the highway?
Because it won't, and because...
How could you say it won't?
Excuse
me. You get people driving high?
Wait a minute. First of all, everywhere they've legalized marijuana, heroin use has dropped. The exact opposite of what you'll tell people. You'll say it's a gateway drug. And they've already proved that's not true.
Well,
that heroin use drops.
I don't know
if
who
marijuana's legal, less heroin.
We could cite studies on both sides.
No,
and what about the effects on the brain?
What about it?
There's no effects on the brain.
Not really. It cures cancer. It cures glaucoma. And I'll tell you why
Wait a minute.
It
cures cancer and glaucoma?
Yes. Read Steve Kibbe. Read his intro to me. He had inoperable cancer tumor. He would be dead today. He's used marijuana and lived 35 years because of it.
How do you know that it's true? That one case is the reason why he...
One case is enough.
No, come on. To make a blanket statement?
Yeah.
I don't think so. But let me
of course
Well,
not.
let me put something up on the line. Let me put something up here. This is from a study.
Oh, a study.
Yeah, studies.
Yeah, we need another study.
Studies. This one was done in the Journal of Neuroscience. It was written about in Psychology Today. And here it is. Harvard-led researchers, they're the ones who did it, recruited 40 young adults, because they always do these studies on rats, so they decided to do it on humans. 40 young adults, 20 marijuana users, 20 non-users. The study revealed human marijuana users had changes in volume, density, topography in both areas of the brain there. These data suggest that marijuana exposure, even in young recreational users, is associated with exposure-dependent alterations of the neural matrix of the core reward structures. And then there's more. And then they did a study.
And alcohol, you couldn't say any of that about alcohol.
Let's say you can. Let's say you can.
Can't say
then
that
you should be
about
fighting
alcohol.
to ban alcohol, not to legalize marijuana.
No, it's called freedom. Don't you
No,
understand?
I don't think my kid and your should be able to choose this.
Wait a minute. In a supposed free country, how can you commit a crime against yourself?
I understand that, but
No,
there are
you
things
don't.
that are illegal.
No,
in other
you
words,
don't.
This is to protect,
That's a crime against yourself.
No, because first of all, children, youngsters, they're going to get it. They get. Yeah, I don't want my son, he wouldn't, but I don't want teenagers to now have the ability to smoke marijuana.
And they don't now, do they?
Not as many as they would if it was legal.
No, baloney. The gateway drug is tobacco. I was a kid.
Nobody's smoking cigarettes anymore.
The first thing I did was smoke tobacco. Second gateway drug was alcohol. Marijuana might have been third.
That's because alcohol was readily available and marijuana wasn't. It might have been reversed if it was the opposite.
I grew up in the 60s.
So why'd you choose alcohol over marijuana?
No, because you didn't know no better. Now, if I were offered to go to a pot party or a drinking party, I'd choose the pot party because, number one, there wouldn't be violence. Number two, no one would throw up on me.
All right. Would you legalize heroin?
Yes.
Yeah, you'd legalize them all.
Yeah.
So the book is a ruse.
No.
Why not?
The point.
Why don't you just say Governor Ventura's drug manifesto?
Why don't you just put words in my mouth?
Well, why don't you say drug manifesto? It's not about marijuana. You want them all legalized. Heroin, LSD, all of them.
Yeah.
Ecstasy.
You know why?
Why?
Because then you ensure the addiction is a disease. It's a medical condition. We choose to treat it criminally rather than medically. All right, let's take caffeine and coffee. If we magically make all whatever it is, I don't drink it, disappear.
I don't drink it either.
How many people would kill tomorrow over a cup of coffee? A lot. Because they're addicted to caffeine. You can be addicted to food. Addiction is a disease and it should be treated accordingly. If you bring it above board, anything that isn't brought legal is then run by criminals. So you bring in a criminal element, the price goes up 10 times as high because it's illegal, and then crimes are committed to support the addiction.
So
you don't see crimes being committed to support cigarette smoking.
Okay.
You don't see crimes committed to support drinking.
Okay.
Why? Because they're legal and you can get it.
But I'm confused. Is it about curing cancer? Is it about keeping crime out of it? It's about all of these
all
things.
Of it.
All of these things.
All of it. And our entire country, it was the main economic drive for 160 years. Read my book and learn about history.
That's the key. Read his book, whether you agree with the governor or with me. Jessie Ventura's marijuana manifesto. I haven't had a drink, and I don't smoke marijuana. Jessie Ventura's marijuana manifesto. Thank you, Governor. Always great to see you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, always love talking to Jessie Ventura. I don't agree with him on hardly anything, but it's always fascinating to talk with him. Okay, remember to tune in tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the Steve Malzberg Show. And now, right now, I want you to stay tuned because the second hour of what we're doing right now, America Talks Live, is about to start. And it's going to start with my Newsmax TV colleague and my friend, the one and only former Congressman J.D. Hayworth. Don't go anywhere.